We have a bunch of stuff to go through here in today's video. Treyarch is developing Call of Duty 2022 MW2 this year with Infinity Ward and other studios as well. We're going to go through what this means, the info we have on this right now. Will this negatively impact Treyarch's COD 2023 game? All that stuff we'll go through here in today's video. If you guys are new and would like to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. And be sure to drop a like on the video as well. And let me know down below in the comment section really quickly, what game do you want me to go back and revisit for a video? COD, Ghost, or Infinite Warfare. Now let's go through here the new info we have from Ralph over on Twitter. We've been talking a lot about him on the channel. He's been providing us with a bunch of pretty important MW2 leaks for the multiplayer, for the third mode, the campaign, a bunch of good stuff here. Again, take this with a grain of salt, but he just gave us this info. Just heard that Treyarch are also helping out. All hands are on deck. And it's not just Treyarch. We have a bunch of other studios working on MW2 as well. We have Demonware, High Moon Studios, Toys for Bob, IW Austin, Texas, IW Poland, IW LA, Phoenix, Activision, Raven Software, and Sledgehammer Games. So pretty much every Call of Duty studio possible is helping out with the development of this game, which is just insane to think about. But for Treyarch, it's a bit more interesting considering what they've had to do for the past couple of years for all of these different studios, all of these different games. They had to save COD 2020, turn it into Black Ops Cold War. They had to come in and help out Vanguard with, competitive Call of Duty and zombies. They have to help MW2 now. They have to make their own game. I mean, there's so much stuff they're doing here. So let's go through what this could mean for the studio. Someone responded to Ralph over on Twitter and said this: in what capacity is Treyarch Studios helping out? Will it affect their COD 2020 entry in terms of development? And Ralph responds with this: assisting in lacking areas. This hardly affects their 2023 game. It's common practice. And that's definitely good to hear, but the problem is we're getting this super early on. There are still so many months left of development for this game. It's releasing later on this year, and as you guys probably already know from the recent Call of Duty development cycles, things could change rapidly behind the scenes without us knowing, so anything could happen from now until the release of this game. The other obvious issue with this information here is that we're getting this from an outside source, and the only way we could really know what's going on, the status of the development of this game, is to get it from a source right from the studio. So for the studio to come out and say, here's what's going on, or for a specific developer to tweet something out and say, the development is going well, this, that, etc. So that to me is pretty obvious there, but someone else responds to him and says, all hands on deck. Reminds me of Battlefield 2042 when DICE were so effed that every studio under EA helped them, but instead it was all for nothing. So is this a similar situation here where they're getting all these studios because they're scared they might not finish MW2 in time? Of course, Activision wants this to be a huge Call of Duty release. It's going to be similar to MW 2019. It's probably going to be one of the best-selling, if not the best-selling COD of all time, so they might be concerned. They want every studio on board finishing this game so it's ready and fully fleshed out in time for a release later this fall. But Ralph responds, circumstances are different. It was earlier described to me as a once-in-a-generation title. Kind of crazy stuff there. Hence why, essentially, every Activision studio are assisting the game's development. And then finally, things are moving smoothly. So again, that's good to hear, but think about what happened last year with Vanguard. We had info early on that the game was in trouble. Behind the scenes, there was turmoil, there were issues, it wasn't going well. In the spring of 2021 last year, we had a bunch of info from Tom Henderson pretty much telling us that this game is not in a good state. Later on in the summer, however, right around when the game was first revealed, we had new info that in fact the Vanguard development was going super well. It was doing better than expected. They were listening to feedback, they were changing things, and everything was running so smoothly. So we went from bad development to good development to the launch of the game and the state of Vanguard right now to where it's kind of broken and most people are just not enjoying the game. And that goes to show you that despite what we may hear, despite what rumors come out about this game behind the scenes, anything can happen. So for MW2, I just want to say pretty much every rumor we've had is that this game is going to be pretty good. The development is doing well. The game is looking great in pre-alpha and its alpha state. So that's all good news, but you cannot confirm that that means that that's going to be a good game. You also can't confirm that that means there won't be development issues in the future. There might be issues right now we just don't know about because we're not getting info from the source themselves. And this brings us over to Treyarch to where, we may have the info right now from this source that, okay, Ralph is saying that Treyarch are just helping a little bit, but do we truly know how much Treyarch is helping IW and MW2. We just don't. That's the thing. Now, for sure, it doesn't seem like a Vanguard Zombie situation where Treyarch has to make a whole third mode, although it may be very possible that they're trying their best to fully flesh out that third DMZ mode along with the other studios as well. They may have more help, but again, we don't know for sure, how much effort Treyarch is putting into MW2 and if that's negatively impacting the development of their COD 2023 game. We just don't know. And we had recent info that Treyarch's COD 2023 game is in good shape for now. The development is going well, but that a lot of developers are feeling overworked, they're stressed, or they're not as motivated. Some of them quit or something. So again, that was not verified as well. That could be, false info or not really accurate, but that would make sense because they're doing all this different work for all these studios, and now they're also helping IW with MW2. It could definitely take a toll on you. And again, we just don't know if it's affecting them in a negative way. I feel like it might be a little bit, but I think Treyarch are pretty good at managing under the stress here. They have a pretty good team. And, from what we saw with Black Ops Cold War coming in and completely taking over Sledgehammer and Raven's COD 2020, turning it into Black Ops Cold War was one of the craziest things we've ever seen. So I think they're good for COD 2023. And I do believe, Ralph, that them helping develop MW2 is a very minor thing. It's common practice. Of course, that's true, but think about it again, Activision knows for sure that this game could be huge if the marketing is done right. If the game is really well made, this could be their best-selling COD of all time. So I could easily see them telling all of the studios that, look, we know you're making your new games, you're developing DLC, different IPs, stuff like that, but this could be the biggest game of our generation here. This could be the best-selling Call of Duty by a mile, if not at least getting to the par of MW 2019. So whatever you're doing, take some time off and focus on finishing this game and making MW2 a great, great game, because at least for now, that is so much more important than what's going on. And unfortunately, Activision might tell Treyarch that, look, we know you're making COD 2023, but we are almost certain MW2 is going to sell a lot of copies and make us a lot of money, and we're just not as certain that, Treyarch's game is going to sell as well and perform as well. Not saying that it's not going to sell well. Like, Black Ops Cold War was a high-selling Call of Duty, just not as much as MW 2019, and definitely not as much as MW2 is going to be this fall. So it's unfortunate, but we'll see. Hopefully, they are just having a minor role in this game. But again, I just want to bring the point up to say we don't know for sure. So anyone that says they know for sure what's going on, they're lying. But also, it's very possible that anything could happen here. So just keep it in the back of your head that, look, MW2 is going to be a huge release, and it wouldn't be surprising to see some more time being given into this game from these other studios that may be working on future games themselves because of this huge release, because it's a big deal. So again, I think will be good for COD 2023 for Treyarch's game. I think will be good for MW2, but just keep that in the back of your head. Anything is definitely possible here. Now, to talk more about MW2 coming later this year, I'm going to make another video very soon going through a bunch of stuff. There are some leaks about alpha gameplay coming out, what we're seeing, new info on different parts of the game, and I also want to make a separate video going through a bunch of multiplayer maps we could see remade in MW2 multiplayer, but also for the MW2 themed Warzone map as well. I posted something over on my community section on the YouTube channel last night. I said MW2 MP maps, Terminal, High Rise, Quarry, Skid Row. Let me know what other maps you want to see remade in this year's Call of Duty. So you could go over to that community post. There'll be a link down below in the description, or you could comment below this video what maps you want to see remade. I'll be sure to put them up in my video, in my next MW2 video. I want to go back and actually play those maps and see if they would be good for this year's Call of Duty. I also want to mention as well, this year's Call of Duty won't be an MW2 remake. I want to make it clear that, we're going to see a bunch of remakes from MW2, but it won't be a carbon copy of the game. We're going to have a bunch of new maps as well, and for the most part, I'm pretty sure we're going to have more new maps than old MW2 maps, but it's almost guaranteed that we're going to see a decent chunk of remakes from this past game. I mean, if you remember the MW 2019 leaks, there were supposed to be a ton of MW2 maps in that game, and most of them didn't end up releasing. It was kind of weird, and I'm pretty sure they wanted to save a lot of them for MW2, which makes sense. So this year, we could easily see a good chunk of maps from that OG 2009 game in this game. And overall, there weren't that many total MP maps from MW2 in 2009, so I can honestly see all of them being remade and still have a lot of new maps as well for the MP selection. So, again, let me know down below what what maps we want to see, and I'll be sure to go back onto MW2, do like a gameplay commentary, and check out these different maps and see if they would be good for this year's new MW2 game. So again, if you have any ideas, I also want to go back and potentially play through the MW2 campaign as well. That'd be pretty fun to do in honor of MW2 this year. So let me know if you want to do that. I'll probably post those gameplays over on my Facebook gaming channel, so a link will be down below to that. Definitely be sure to follow me over there. Really do appreciate that, guys. And that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Again, leave your comments down below. What do you feel about this video? Treyarch working on MW2. Again, I think it won't be that big of a deal, but just keep it in the back of your head. It could be something to think about. And for MW2, leave your ideas of, you know, what features, maps you want to see in this year's COD. There are 2 videos up on screen that may interest you, so be sure to check one of them out. Real do appreciate it, guys. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.